Hi, how you doing? It's Jeff Sinker from Scat Guitar Lessons Online, back again, bringing you another classic song. It's been a while since I've done some Rainbow, so I thought it was about time. This, of course, I Surrender. Now, I'm going to be looking at the verse and the chorus sections on this. I'm not going to be covering the solo. I'll probably cover that in some later lesson. But what I also wanted to do was to look at the various ways I've seen this being played. Because I've seen a lot of transcriptions, I've seen a number of people playing this, and then I started studying the videos, live videos of Ritchie Blackmore playing these live, and I've noticed that over the years he's changed the way he plays this. So I thought I'd also feature that in this lesson as well, the different alternatives and really how he's developed over the years. If you do enjoy this lesson, you do find it useful, don't forget, if you're new to this channel, click on that subscribe button, hit the bell, and then you'll be notified as soon as I post any new videos to the channel. If you're an existing subscriber, well, I hope it continues to amuse you on this channel, and I always appreciate your support. Anyway, enough of me talking, let's get into this song, let's get in close, and let me show you how to play I Surrender by Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. So don't go away.
Preview.
So let's look at this little intro that he plays at the beginning. This is playing double stops with a bend. And we're going to start off with this little progression that he's playing. And what we're doing there, I'm on the B string, my first finger on 6th fret on the B string, and then I've got my 3rd finger on 8th fret on the G string, and I'm supporting it with my 2nd finger to really reinforce that bend. And what we're doing is we're bending this note up a half tone on the G string, so it's actually the same note as you're playing on the B. So we get this, so the two should sound together. Move it up a whole tone, so we're on 8th fret on the B and 10th fret on the G string, same thing again. Then we move it a further whole tone again over 2 frets, so we're on 10 on the B and 12. Then we go back and we repeat the first 2 parts, so we're on that 6 and 8. Move up a whole tone. And then we go up to 15 on the high E and 17 on the B string, and we do the same thing again with a whole tone bend on that B string. So now we're into the main guts of the song, the main riff. So I'm going to play it through and then I'll break it down for you. Okay, so this riff just keeps on repeating itself. Now again, I've seen numerous ways of playing this, and again, I've really watched where Blackmore plays this. Now Blackmore does play with his thumb over the top when he's creating these chords. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I found my knuckle, I took an injury a number of years ago, and I can't get that thumb round the same. But I've got to play that as a bar chord over the top. So, on the first part, we are actually playing a C to a D. So we're on this 3rd fret on the A string, and we're also holding down 5 on the D and 5 on the G. And we do 2 on the C, move up a whole tone and do 2 on the D. So we're doing 5, 7, 7. So we get. Now we move down, all the way down here, to an F chord, so we're on 1st fret on the E, and I'm holding down 3 on the A and 3 on the D. So we get, and then we move up, so we get 2 on that, and then 2 frets higher, so we're on a G, so we're on 3 and 5, and we play that twice. Now, what I've seen with Blackmore, he goes between G and F, but he doesn't actually go backwards. He just plays, so he's playing a double stop, where you would get this. So you get, let me just show you an example of what I mean here. So he's just playing. So I come from that F, to the G, and then I'm focusing on the A and the D string on 5, where I'm holding down my finger. So I'm doing 5, 5, 3. So again, double stop on the 3 on the A and the D. And then he goes to an A5. Now I'm just doing open string A and holding down 2 and 2, but I've also noticed he likes to drop his finger down here as well. So he brings that in as well. So far we've got this. Now then we go back to, we go to first fret on the A string, and we're playing a B flat chord. So I'm just holding down 1 on the A and 3 and 3. Just play that once. Then I move up a string, so I'm on the F again, and I play that twice. Move up a whole tone, so I'm on 3rd fret, and I do that same thing again I did at the beginning. So I'm playing that G, 5, 3, 5. So we put it all together and I play it nice and slow. And then we just repeat the whole thing. And we play that through. That's the main part of the verse. Right, let's move on and let's look at the pre-chorus section. Now the pre-chorus section is introduced by a whole bar of playing a G5 chord. The way we do that, we come in on that last cycle of the riff. So he's just playing a G5, so it's just 3 and then 5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Then we get this scale, so we get this pre-chorus. So, let me break that down, what's happening. So we've come out of that G. Now what we're playing is we're doing a E flat major chord. Now if you've looked at any lessons on the Cage system, hopefully you've looked at one of my lessons on the Cage system, you'll recognise that chord's taken from that C shape. But I'm playing as an E flat major. So what I've got there is my little finger is on the 6th fret on the A. I've got my 3rd finger on 5 on the D. I've got my 1st finger on 3 on the G, and I've got my 2nd finger on 4 of the B. Now, I have seen other people play where they just use a power chord. Now, if you find that a little bit hard, you could just play as a normal, like an A chord shape. So you're just going to play 6 and then holding down 8 and move up 2 frets. Whereas here, this is the way I've seen Ritchie Blackmore play it, where he's playing that. We move up 2 frets, same shape. So I'm going from an E flat to an F. Then he plays a B flat major chord, but he doesn't play the root in it. All he's playing is an 8 on the A, an 8 on the D, 7 on the G, and he plays 6 on the B. And then he goes back to the E flat chord. So again, slowing the tempo down. Now he repeats that E flat again, 2 frets up to the F, and then he goes back to that whole bar of G. Now, if you find that chord, like I said, you can go E flat, F, then you just play that, which is like a B flat chord, and back to that E flat chord again. So I'm doing 6, 8, 8, up again to 8, 10, 10, and then a B flat, which is 6, 8, 8, 7, and on the bar, and then back to that E flat, which is that 6, 8, 8. But I've watched Blackmore a number of times now on the videos, and I can clearly see that he's playing that. Now, what I've noticed over the years, how he's changed this from the early days, he now starts to arpeggiate this section. So what he's doing is playing. So he's just playing it down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, once he's played from that line, he goes back to that E flat, plays that through, and again, if he's nowadays he's arpeggiating it. Then he moves up to this. He moves up 2 frets. Sorry, so we're getting this. Then he goes. So he's going from that E flat. Moves up to the F, and he goes to that B flat, back to the E flat, and now he's got this wonderful arpeggio that he's playing, that is based around a C minor chord, but instead of playing the root on the C, he uses an A. So he's playing open string A, then he's playing 5 on the G, 5 on the D, 5 on the G, 4 on the B string and 3 on the high E. So we get this. So he's playing A, D, G, B, E, B, G, D. And then he goes to a D sus4 chord, which is a normal standard D chord, which is 2 on the G, 3 on the B, 2 on the E, and drops down his little finger, and he plays this D sus4 to 2 Ds. He repeats that. So that is the pre-chorus section. Next, we are going to be looking at the chorus section. So again, I'll just play it through and then I'll break it down. Now let's look at the chorus section. And again, I have seen various ways that people are playing this. So I'll just play it through the way I'm seeing Blackmore play it, and then I'll break it down and show you the alternatives as well. So we're starting off with a G chord to that E flat. So I'm just going from a standard power chord, a standard normal G. So I'm playing 3, 5, 5, 4, 3 on the bar. Then I play that E flat chord that we looked at before. Move up 2 frets. So I'm playing an F. And then he plays a D, which is 5, 7, 7. Goes back to the E flat, then C minor that we played on that arpeggio, again with the open string. He just strums this down this time, he doesn't arpeggiate it. And then we get to this D sus4. Then we repeat. An alternative way you can play it, you can go from the G, and then from there, so you're doing this G, E flat, and then you've got your F down to a D, and then go up to E flat, then that's C sharp, the C minor. So we're just bringing some bar chords in there. But I can clearly, when I'm watching again these live shows of Blackmore, you can see him with them alternate positions that he's using. Now we are going to look at this wonderful melodic line that Ritchie Blackmore plays through. So I'll play it and then I'll break it down stage by stage. Now from there we go into this little melodic break that he plays. So I'm going to play it through and again I'll break it down for you. So let's have a look at what we're doing there. So we start off on the G string and we're playing 3 on the G string, to 5 on the G, cross over to 3, B and then 4. Then I'm going down. Now I switched my finger in here because you're going to do a hammer on a pull off, section. So I've got that. Then I move down to my 3rd finger and I'm going to play the 3 again. And then I got a 1 first fret on the B, hammer onto 3, pull off, and then onto 3 on the G. Followed by 2 on the G. So we get this. And from there we go back to a 3 on the G, to 5, and then the 3. Now we go to 5 on the G, to 3, and we got another hammer on. This time we're doing 2, 3, 2, finishing on 5 on the D. And then we do 2, 5, 2 on the G, to 5 on the D, 5 again, and we repeat. Then he goes back to them double stop bends, up to the 15 this time, and we repeat. So there are all the sections covered. It's a great song, relatively easy to play, just keep that groove going. One thing I did miss out, when you're playing that little intro part, although we've got all of the sections covered, just one thing I didn't mention at the time, when you're playing that opening little line, slide that line off, so when you're playing, just got to get that slide in there. I didn't mention it when I was just going through that early part of the lesson. As you see, it's a fun song to play. Nice little bit of a melodic lead line in there in the middle as well. So I'm sure you're going to have no problem being able to play this classic song. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I hope it's been useful to you. If you're new on this channel, first time you've watched it, and you think, yeah, let's go for it, click that little subscribe button. Always appreciate any support. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can practice and learn how to play this song. So until the next time, this is Jeff Zinker from SkypeGuitarLessonsOnline.com, wishing you well. I look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. Till then, goodbye.